Peace and greetings, everybody. This is Medicine Man. How y'all feeling today? Now, I wanted to talk today about generational curses. A lot of times, we experience things in life to where we're faced with dilemmas, we're faced with trauma, we're faced with pain, we're faced with um, being short in life. Because being short in life is a burden, of course, and we have to learn how to elevate ourselves. You know what I mean? We have to learn how to elevate ourselves and take ourselves beyond the regular paradigms that exist. Most of the paradigms that exist, they exist in our minds. We create realities for ourselves that we tend to live. Every reality that we create for ourselves is probably not the best reality that we do create. And most times, we create realities that go against our spiritual makeup, what we are spiritually here for. When we work with our ancestors to heal generational curses, we have to first recognize how the generational curses actually manifest themselves in our life. Many times, men have very, very bad relationship with their mothers. Many times, women have very, very bad relationship with their mothers and their fathers. And this is because of the generational curse. Removing the generational curse, it's really important to get these things off you. Now, some of the remedies that we have to use in order to remove generational curses is one, having an open mind to change. Because in order to transcend generational curses, you have to change. And the change has to be real. It has to be authentic. That change has to be, it has to be on a higher level, on a higher plane. You see? So the majority of things that we used to do, we can't do it anymore. And when we're trying to remove generational curses, we have to remove people from our lives. We have to remove thoughts from our lives. We have to remove circumstances from our lives. We have to remove vices, habits, all of these things we have to remove. And we have to work towards healing with our family members. Because most of our family members that we need to really heal with are the ones that hold on to the generational curse the strongest. So when you look at that family member that's the most volatile person, that family member that's the most violent, that family member that's the most non-understanding, they're an example of the level of the ancestral healing that needs to get done in your family. So sitting down and really working out issues, and it's hard because trust me, everybody in their family has issues. You know what I mean? Everybody got issues. And the main thing about that is that we are conditioned and programmed really not to try to work our issues out. We're programmed to just be angry. We're programmed just to be resentful, and what we need to really focus on and bring ourselves down to is understanding that in order to heal ourselves, you got to swallow that ego. And you got to swallow the ego. Because if you're trying to heal yourself, you got to do it. For a long time in life, people are actually angry at themselves. This is another problem that we have. Being angry with yourself is probably not a great thing. Because he who is angry with themselves is angry with everyone else. You see? And from that, you have to learn self-forgiveness. You have to learn it. Because forgiving yourself is allowing your ancestors to heal. Because one of the reasons why you're so angry with yourself is because of the spiritual energies in you are upset. You see? So when you become angry with yourself, you inflame your ancestors to be angry with you also. So we trying to heal these things, man. We trying to heal these currents. And in the process of trying to heal these currents, we definitely want to work on forgiving ourselves for the things that we've done to ourselves. This is not a blame game type healing. This type of healing is based on self-recognition, recognizing, recognizing the things that you've done to yourself, recognizing the things that you've done to your community, recognizing the things that you've done to your family. And in part of recognizing these things that we've done, we have to grow to a level to forgive ourselves for any kind of wrong that we've projected into the universe. You see? And don't point fingers as we do it. Healing, self-healing. I always tell people, and I try to teach that healing, self-healing, it comes from here. You can't buy a ticket to heal, fly nowhere in the world to get that healing. There is no ceremony that can perpetuate that healing for you. There is no spirits that can grant you that healing. The healing that you need, the healing is in you already. It's called self-forgiveness. Forgive yourself for all of the bad decisions you've made in life. Don't beat yourself up on it. You see what I'm saying? Don't beat yourself to death about you making mistakes. We're all mortals, humans, and we're going to make mistakes. We're going to make bad decisions. We're going to be in messed up relationships. You see? These things are just bound to happen as we travel across the universe spiritually and we come into contact with various spiritual people. We meet people. We get obsessed with people. We like people. We love people. And we judge ourselves according to the reflection that we receive from the people around us. You see? And this is why the old people have always said birds of a feather flock together. Because your energy level is going to be in tune with the energy level of the people around you. So if you're around highly intelligent people, then your energy level will definitely manifest high intelligence. If you're around ratchet people, then your energy will manifest ratchetness. It's just what it is. At some point in life, we have to learn to relinquish relationships that are not energetically progressive. I'll repeat that. We have to eliminate relationships that are not energetically progressive, which means that if you're around people and their energies are not right, when we say that a person's energy is not right, what do we mean? Look at what they're doing. Look at how they speak. Language and communication tells a lot about a person's intelligence, one, and it also tells a lot about a person's mentality and what they're trying to exert into the world as far as their thought processes. A lot of times people want you to fall into their reality, but their reality is self-infliction. Their reality actually is full of wounds. So, and they will invite you into it. They will invite you into their wounded life. You see, part of healing generational curses is recognizing you're wounded. You have too many people who think that they're not wounded. Black people in general, white people are wounded, Chinese people are wounded. We all are wounded people on this planet. And the path towards healing is about working together in unity. But the unity starts in the home. If we as parents don't solidify our homes with spiritual rules, even when it comes down to arguments, you can disagree with somebody, and you can disagree with your husband, you can disagree with your wife, but that disagreement shouldn't be at an all-time level high in volume. Yelling and screaming, spit coming out your mouth, your mouth slobbering, your eyes done got big, and those things are manifestations of that wounded ancestral energy coming out of you. Because every time you're upset, you can't control it. Because that wounded ancestral energy, it jumps on every opportunity it has to exert itself. And self-control is very important. You see, self-control is very important knowing how to control yourself in any given situation. This is how we heal ourselves. Being calm and remaining calm in the eye of the storm. It's very complex for a lot of people because discipline is something that many of us don't have. Discipline is something that you can't read in a book. You have to develop discipline. And developing discipline really means that you have to set yourself on a course and stay on that course. You have to be determined to stay there. You see what I'm saying? Being disciplined is more or less on a level of receiving the information you need and acting upon it. Okay? So when you're placed in a situation, situations have triggers. Now let's talk about this. Situations have triggers. Now, if there's a situation, let's say you're dealing with a situation, someone comes to your house, knocks on your door, and punches you in your mouth. Let's say that. There is a trigger there. The trigger there is the physical violence. Okay? That triggers whatever it triggers from you, and boom, you got a total catastrophe. Self-control, self-awareness. And I wouldn't tell anybody to just let somebody punch you in your mouth and just do self-control. No. But the self-control is like a preventative measure. Did you look through the keyhole before you opened that door and saw your enemy standing outside? No. That's what I'm saying. Highly intelligent. Awareness. Having the awareness of your surroundings so you can make the best change. A lot of times we are highly distracted and circumstances come to us while we're distracted. So by we're not being able to see the beginning of the event unfold, we don't see the beginning of the event unfolding in front of us. So because we don't see that event unfolding and we're distracted, we don't have the understanding, I would say, the understanding of how it's unfolding because we weren't there observing it. We were distracted. When you observe your whole surroundings, everything around you, it gives you a clear understanding and a clear picture of what's taking place and what's about to happen. But if you're distracted, you won't catch it. I always speak about reading the signs and the omens in our life because a lot of time our egg-ons and our ancestors, they give us signs, but we have to know how to catch those signs and read those signs as they manifest in our life. Now, here's an example. I'm gonna share this with you guys. When I did the 2-day casino challenge, and actually, here's how it all happened with the Mojo Bag. I was going downtown in DC, and what happened was I ran into a homeless guy. So the homeless guy, I keep it actually in my pocket. The homeless guy gave me these. He gave me these. He said that, the homeless guy said that there was a guy that came through, he was drunk, and the homeless guy, he asked him for some money. And in the process of asking him for some money, the guy gave him this. He said, man, I lost all my money in the casino. This is all I got, these 2 chips, which is $10. Okay. The guy was standing in front of a 7-Eleven. The homeless guy was standing in front of 7-Eleven. So when he explained the story to me, I gave him $20. I said, here, you take this $20 and you give me this, and you give me that. So what I did with the chips that I got from the homeless guy, I actually built the Mojo Bag around them. I built the Mojo Bag around these chips. And, I did some things to these chips, consecrated it and, done some things, whatever. And I have them in that black Mojo Bag, two of the ingredients that goes into the Mojo Bag. And I consecrated it. And lo and behold, I went to the casino 2 days in a row and won $1,600. And what I'm saying is, it's the transfers of energy here. And this is root working. You're transferring great vibrations from one place to the next. You're transferring blessings from one place to the next. You see? And I said that to show you guys, like, when you're working roots, when you're working your ancestral roots, You have to be aware of your surroundings because a lot of times homeless people are very, very, very prophetic. I used to just walk past homeless people, man, and it was one day I walked downtown and there was a lady, man. She was actually, sitting on a buggy. And this lady, like, she started talking to me. So, I gave her a few dollars or whatever. And the lady was talking to me and she just started running some very serious stuff down that I actually was going through. And I'm like, excuse me, miss, how you know this? She said, I see it all over you. Wow, I got me a free reading on the street corner. You know what I mean? And I took it very serious, man, because it was a sign. Because spirits move through people, you see? And the message that she gave me was in reference to me healing ancestrally. I mean, this lady actually stood on the street corner and told me what some things I was going through spiritually, dealing with those clowns in New Jersey. So, I thought that was very interesting as far as ancestral path and my ancestral, my whole struggle. You know what I mean? To reconnect with my ancestors and build a stronger sense of healing my generational curses, because everyone has them. In our lives, in our past, our ancestors went through torture. They went through trauma. They went through a lot of things in order for us to be here. But those emotions, those pent-up emotions, that anger, that rage, that hurt, and that pain, it lives in us. You see? It lives in us. So when these triggers in our lives happen, boom, we get volatile. We get aggressive. We attack one another. And it's because our ancestors have not crossed over properly. And when your ancestors have not crossed over properly, it actually adds on to your generational curse. These things we have to heal. The way we heal it is by healing broken relationships in our families. There are many people out there that don't talk to their mothers. There are many people out there that don't talk to their fathers. There are many people out there that don't even talk to their children. We have to heal ancestral curses. We have to remove that and replace it with communalism or some form of social behavior that's progressive for the people, for your family, because family comes first. Now, you can go out into the community and do whatever you want to do in the community. And trust me, there's a lot of people that do great things for the community. I'm with it. But if you're doing great things for the community and your house is uneven, then that's still a problem, because the generational curse is more important than the community curse. Communities have curses also. There are community curses where communities are just what they are based on the type of energy, the low level vibrational energy that it may exist in that community. For the most part, the generational curses that we try to remove, the self-inflicting ones, the ones that's been passed down from generations. Well, so when we talk about people passing things down from generations, people pass down traditions, people pass down ideas, people pass down recipes, you know what I mean? Especially in the black family, y'all can cook. Y'all already know y'all can cook, you know what I mean? Y'all can cook real good. And y'all families, granny and granddaddy, everybody pass down recipes. The famous macaroni recipe or the carrot cake recipe or the fruit cake, you know what I mean? And so when we pass things down to our younger generations in our family, we want to pass things down that's progressive. We want to pass things down that's long lasting. We want to pass things down that would help the younger generation rise. Instead, a lot of our families are passing down pain and trauma. They're passing down bad behaviors. They're passing down things that we don't need in our future. But we have to break the cycle. You see, we have to break that cycle of passing down bad information in our family, by passing down bad behaviors in our family. We have to break the cycle. Part of breaking that cycle is recognizing the problem itself. And people will say, because of my mother, because of my daddy, because of my cousin, because of this person and that person. All of those would be reasons, all of those would be reasons for us to put ourselves in a place to accuse. We become accusatory. We accuse it. Oh, it's because of you, I'm this. Because of you. No, 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 no. It's because you accepted it. You see? And part of healing yourself is accepting what you've done wrong. And simply, it's like if you participated in bad behavior, you have to embrace that. You have to know what you've done wrong in your own place, because part of healing yourself has nothing to do with saying that this is the reason why I'm broken. You're broken, but it's your responsibility to heal yourself no matter how you got broken. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you got broken. It always becomes your responsibility to heal yourself. You see, and there are many people that are unhealed. Even in the spiritual community, there are many people that are unhealed. And if you're unhealed, you won't be able to prosper. You see what I'm saying? You have to be fixed. And this is why I say that root working, the greatest root work, is the root work that you do on yourself. You know, that's the greatest root work. You put it on yourself. You look that person in the mirror. You look in this mirror, it's a mirror there. You look in the mirror and you be like, yo, I need to get my life right. You look in the mirror and you be like, yo, I need to get my life right. You look in the mirror and you say, hey, I need to stop hanging out with them busters. You look in the mirror and you say, hey, I need to reinvent myself. You see what I'm saying? You need to reinvent yourself. How do we reinvent ourselves? That's the number one thing. Like if you want to break a generational curse, you have to reinvent yourself from being that cursed individual in your family. Come on now. Let's reinvent ourselves. You know, reinvent yourself. Look at all your skill sets. Look at all your goals that you're trying to accomplish. And then ask yourself, what kind of person do I need to become in order to transcend this feeling? In order to transcend these emotions? What kind of person must I become in order to surpass the pain and the trauma in my life or anything that you've been through? You see what I'm saying? You have to become somebody new. And a lot of times we are afraid of evolution. We are afraid of growth. You don't want to lose your old friends. You don't want to lose, you don't want to lose your spouse. You don't want to lose these people who live this life because they're so cool. But in all actuality, these people are no part of your growth. None. And I was talking to a young lady, and she had a friend for a long time. She had a friend for a very long time. And just simply outgrowed the friend. Outgrow the friend to the point that they're damn near enemies now. But this is what happens when you grow. When you grow, you outgrow people, you outgrow circumstances, you outgrow situations, and you even outgrow your own ill behaviors. You see, and this is the part of growth. This is about removing that generational curse. It starts with you. You see what